What's up, YouTube? This is Wawa Echo. I'm Parker.
And I'm Zach.
And we are here for our prediction video for Money in the Bank. But real quick, though, before we get into the predictions, we got a couple of things to go over. Some just things that you guys need to know about previous videos that we've made and future videos that could be made. So, Zach, why don't you jump in on that part?
Yeah, so I did an update a couple weeks ago about my laptop being fried and not being able to upload certain videos. At that time, I think it was, Backlash?
It
was
lost,
Backlash where that happened and lost the reaction videos to that. I believe I lost all my files. But anyway, with that being said, the backup computer that I have is not capable of editing videos in any way that mine was. And I will get another computer on June 30th. Because I have a job now, I'm able to go ahead and get a new computer. It's going to be the same one, so I know I can do it. But I don't know if I can save anything. Or save anything from the other one. But with that being said, that means we can't do reaction videos until I get that. So we won't be able to do a reaction video for this one, but there will be an aftermath video for sure.
Yeah.
I think we lost a few of our top 10 videos, but those will come later.
We'll definitely have to remake those, but that's not really anything huge issue for y'all because those could come out at any time.
Right, but as far as schedule, that's what's gonna happen, and also I will be gone out of town around the pay-per-view Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
So with that upcoming after Money in the Bank, we might be able to do a prediction video. We most likely can. Maybe. Depends on when I'll leave. I don't know exactly when I'll leave yet. And we won't be able to do a reaction video. Because if we watch it, I'm going to be gone for like a whole week after Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
So it would just be impossible.
Right.
I mean, we might watch it, obviously. But...
Yeah, we'll watch it, and we'll definitely, the video that will definitely be put up will be an aftermath video.
Yes.
After we do end up watching it, it may be a week later from the pay-per-view, so that may be a little confusing, but there will definitely be an aftermath. Whether there's a prediction video or not depends on when Zach has to leave. If Zach has to, he might have to leave Monday before, so we would obviously not be able to have the Raw before the pay-per-view, which is obviously very important. That's when they really finalize the card. And so I just wouldn't feel comfortable putting out a prediction video that would be incomplete.
Right.
And so, if he does have to leave that early, then we won't have a prediction video. If not, he may leave. I think he might have to leave that Saturday before the day before Great Balls of Fire. And if that happens, we definitely will have a prediction video. But we will definitely put a video up letting you guys know. Either there will be a prediction video that'll go up, or there will be a short little minute-long video that says, hey, we're not able to put our prediction video up when we get more clarification. But I think that's everything that we wanted to go over.
Yeah, so, after Great Balls of Fire, we should be headed back to where we started.
Yeah, definitely with that, we'll be able to have our technology. We'll be much more careful with it so as to not...
Well, I was very careful with it.
Well,
one time in the hands of someone else.
Right, and we'll also, it's also been really hectic us being able to get together because, Zach, like you said, he got a new job and he's actually, we're on opposite work schedules. He's working third shift, I'm working first shift, and we also, because it's summertime, he lives a couple hours away, so it's difficult to get time to get together to do these videos. That's why they've been scarce, just everything all put together. But summer will be coming to the end pretty soon. I think probably after Great Balls of Fire. No, maybe Battleground.
No, there's one more after Battleground. What is it?
No, I think after
Battleground is the next Raw pay-per-view, right?
No, that's the next SmackDown pay-per-view. It's Money in the Bank, which is this Sunday, and then it's Great Balls of Fire, and then it's Battleground, and then I don't think there's another pay-per-view until SummerSlam. Because SummerSlam is August.
Right.
And Great Balls of Fire and Battleground are both in July.
Oh,
They're
okay.
like,
I get. Oh, yeah. That makes
So,
sense because SummerSlam. Okay, yeah.
So I think you'll be back before SummerSlam.
It depends on what the date of SummerSlam is, but
I think it's like later in. I think I want to say I have actually the date. It's August 20th.
So I won't. Well, yeah, I'll probably have been moved in by then.
Yeah. So by that
Either
point,
way, that's how dedicated we are. We
Yeah.
at least we make time, and wish we did have more time, especially just to hang out. But yeah, I mean, this is what we love doing. So
right, exactly. But with that, I guess we'll jump into the card with the first match, which has been announced for the pre-show, which is the newly reformed Hype Bros. They don't get hype, they stay hype. Versus the Colognes. I don't understand this match, Zach.
I think it's kind of weird.
It's very weird.
I mean, I like the addition of the Hype Bros
Yes.
because of Zack Ryder's
exactly.
Return, but just kind of randomly the Colognes versus Hype Bros. And you said it used to be what? Like, what was the name before?
Well, earlier today they had put on the Wikipedia page, which obviously Wikipedia is not always the most reliable, but they had put that it was the Colognes versus Breezango. Which I would have much preferred because I love Breezango.
Right.
I don't know. It's crazy how in such a short time I've come to really love that tag team.
Gosh, I used to hate both of them.
I hated both of them.
Cool.
I hated both of them up until like I think like the match before they became number one contenders.
Yeah.
A few months ago. So I would have preferred that because they've been in this rivalry with them the last month maybe. Since obviously losing their championship opportunities against the Usos.
Yeah.
So it's kind of random that the Hype Bros are just going up against them. I would have put them with the Ascension maybe in a match just because the Ascension hasn't been seen. Yeah, the fact they're not even on the card though. They haven't been seen in a while since I think that number one contender match. Wait, did one of them get released? No, that was the Von Villains.
The Von Villains, that's I thought. So, okay, yeah.
So yeah, unless I haven't heard that.
No. So you're right. Yeah, I got that confused.
So I'm not sure about it. It's kind of weird. I don't know about you, but I don't see any way that the Colognes are going to win this match.
No.
The only way I could see it is if they're wanting, because I don't know why, but on SmackDown, did you see SmackDown?
Not this past one.
Well, Zack Ryder came back and he was talking to Mojo for like a minute.
Oh, I saw that clip.
Yeah, and to me, he seemed kind of strange. Like, he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep up with him. But yeah, I remember seeing.
He seemed strange to me, so I'm wondering if, like, the only way I could see the Colognes losing is if they're wanting to turn Zack Ryder heel and have him feud with Mojo, which honestly I don't want to see. I'd rather them just stay the Hype Bros because honestly, I don't like Mojo Rawley as a singles competitor.
I don't like either one of them.
Zack Ryder's okay. He's not great. It was really cool that he got his WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
WrestleMania before last.
Yeah.
That was cool, but I like them as a tag team. I don't really like the tag team itself, but they're okay. You know, I think they're better as a tag team. So I'm hoping they stay together, but my official prediction is the Hype Bros winning. And
mine is the Hype Bros winning as well.
Awesome.
But I think that you're right about Zack Ryder. They'll do that later.
I think at some point they probably will. Yeah. I don't know. Just he seemed weird to me. The next match we'll talk about is the match for the SmackDown Women's Championship, which is the champion Naomi up against
the Ravishing Russian.
Well, she's no longer Ravishing Russian. Now she's the exotic chair dancer lady thing. Lana. I don't know.
Lana Lena.
Yeah, Lana Lena, basically. But she didn't walk right out when she debuted, which is, definitely kudos to that. It's really weird. Like, I just thought of this today, like, when I was working. I was, like, doing some cleaning at work. And, the thought just came to me, and I was like, Lana is getting a championship match before Rusev. And I'm just like, what?
Wait, well, I mean, yeah, I guess
like,
so.
since they moved to SmackDown,
yeah.
like obviously Rusev, I don't know that he's had like an actual championship match for the World Championship before.
I don't think so.
But obviously he's went and won the U.S. title a couple times. But when it comes to like the big name titles, I don't think he's had a match yet. But Lana, I'm pretty sure Lana's only she's had like less than a handful of matches. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think her only matches have been tag team matches.
No.
I know she was in the big multi-woman tag match at WrestleMania 33 or 32. 32 maybe. No, 33 was the last one. So it was either 31 or 32. I'm not sure which one, but she was a part of a match like that. So I don't know. What are you thinking for this match?
I think it's weird that they didn't put her in the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, that's what I would have preferred.
Especially since you have look at the people in the Money in the Bank match. Like, come on.
What I would have done is I would have put Lana in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and then I would have had Nikki Bella return if you just had to have a championship match as well.
Yeah.
I would have had Nikki return,
which makes sense.
And go after the belt. But this is what we got, so this is what we're gonna go with.
And my prediction is that Naomi will retain the title.
I'm also going with that. It's too much of a gamble for me to put it on Lana.
Yeah.
I could see it maybe if they just want to super swerve us, but I actually thought of this as well. Naomi is actually the only face champion in both Raw and SmackDown. She's the only one.
Golly.
All of Raw's champions are now heel. You got Neville, Cesaro and Sheamus, Brock Lesnar, and The Miz.
Yeah.
And Alexa Bliss. All of them are heels, and on SmackDown, Naomi's the only face. You got the Usos who are heels right now, and then Kevin Owens and Jinder Mahal. So she's the only face. So when that may change, of course, at the pay-per-view. There may be only heel champions, and then there may be a face that wins one of these other championship matches we'll get to. But, like I said, I just think I could see them maybe giving it to Lana. I don't think it'd be the best idea. I think it would only be good if they're wanting to give heat. But, people have kind of been cheering Lana. I don't know. It's weird. I'm going with Naomi. I just can't go for Lana.
It's just too weird.
She's just too much of an unknown. So the next match that we'll talk about is ignore if you can hear my dog whining in the background. The next match we'll talk about is the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match between the champion Usos and the New Day. Who do you have for this match, Zach?
So it's kind of hard for me because...
It's very difficult. This is one
the Money in the Bank matches, I feel like were easier for me to predict, to have a predict than this match, actually.
Yeah, I feel the same.
So, I think, though, I'll go with the Usos retaining.
Really? I'm really torn with this one. I feel like the Usos have done really well as champions. They definitely have a lot of heel heat going for them. I'm not sure, though. Because the New Day is such a big money maker for WWE. It's hard. It's difficult. But I think for the sake of competition, I'm going to go with the New Day winning and becoming the first ever tag team to ever win both the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So... very difficult one to predict, definitely. One of the most difficult on the card. But I'm going to go with that. I could see them going both ways. But I think the next match we'll talk about is the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which has Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Natalya Neidhart. Just because I've been saying last names, I want to add in Natalya's. Tamina Snukas and Carmella. I don't know Carmella's last name. And Carmella's in it as well with James Ellsworth in her corner. But one thing that I found very interesting is on the Wikipedia page. Now, as I said, Wikipedia is not always the most sorry about that. The most reliable, thank you, source. But on Wikipedia's page for this match, it has Becky versus Charlotte versus Natalya versus Tamina versus Carmella versus TBA to be announced. So does that mean that there is going to be a sixth woman in this match that they haven't announced? Like I find that really interesting.
I think they may have put that because a Money in the Bank match usually consists of 6 people. Now
it does.
I don't know if WWE is setting us up for a surprise return.
It would be
or
interesting.
a surprise entrance.
Other than Nikki Bella, who could it possibly be?
That's what I'm saying.
Unless
that's why I think it's just.
Unless if the championship match is before the Money in the Bank ladder match, and whoever the loser is enters in. I don't know. It's obviously we can't. Say, I predict the to-be-announced person to win. Because we obviously have no idea. It could be somebody who, if we heard their name, like if it was like Lita or somebody, we'd be like, oh, duh, Lita's about to win the crap out of this match.
Right.
But if it was someone like Tamina, that's mean, but if it was someone like a jobber in the women's division, I don't really know of one in the past, one that just can't wrestle.
Besides the ones that are in this match.
Right. So, obviously, we can't know about that, but we'll just be going with the 5 women that we do know are confirmed for this match. So, who are you going with this one, Zach?
Well, I'm predicting a face champion coming out because we've both predicted Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that doesn't necessarily mean... They can hold it for up to a year, so it doesn't necessarily mean they'll be cashing on Naomi.
Yeah, exactly.
But...
It's possible.
But they would obviously want to, as soon as that person wins, they would want to build up, keep teasing us a little bit.
Yeah, they want to have the suspense of it.
So I think this comes down to Carmella, Tamina, and Natalya. And if TBA is heel. No, I'm joking.
What if that's just their name? TBA? You never know.
I think
what if it's an NXT woman? What if it's Asuka? That would be the craziest thing. She'll win for sure. But that would be just crazy if that happened.
It could be. I don't know. Like I said, I think that it has TBA simply because the person writing that expected 6 people, so they probably just didn't change it.
But the thing is that it wasn't always like that until today. Because I've looked at the card several times throughout the week to see if it changes. Because I wasn't sure exactly what day we were going to do this video, so I checked it Monday and Thursday, So before it just had the 5 of them, but today it has the versus TBA.
Did you look at that on the WWE page or something?
No,
see if...
this is just Wikipedia. I didn't look at WWE's
Well,
page.
I'm going, after this video, since we're using my phone to record, after this video, we're about to look it up.
Yeah, we definitely will.
But I'm just going to go with my prediction. I think it's between Natalya and Carmella. Because I just don't... Because you have Carmella who has James Ellsworth.
Right.
Tamina means nothing. And then you have Natalya.
Tamina would be a mistake.
I feel like it's going to... Alright, I predict Carmella.
I was going to pick Carmella.
I'll pick Natalya then.
You really want to go there?
Alright, let's do it. I got Natalya.
I got Carmella. Because I feel like that James is definitely going to be assisting quite heavily in the match. Because it's no DQ.
Right.
So he's able to do...
He can go up there and... You know what? No, my prediction is James Ellsworth.
No.
My prediction is James Ellsworth.
Is that a thing? Like, what if some...
That's not a thing.
I was just wondering, because, if it's a no DQ, I don't know.
I mean, he could... No, actually...
Triple H comes and pedigrees all of them.
I think legally, if he got it down, it would be the first woman to grab a hold of it. So,
which would obviously be Carmella.
Actually, that'd be kind of cool. James Ellsworth comes down with it, and he's about to hand it to Carmella, and then Natalya, kicks James Ellsworth away, and, I don't know, kicks them both or something. And
that'd be pretty sweet. That'd be really interesting.
But, there we go. Natalya,
Carmella. I'm liking the way things are going so far.
In your favor.
Though I am still worried about the tag team match. I will say. I'm worried about it because I could see the Usos retaining. But with the next match we're going to talk about is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which has Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus TBA. No, I'm just kidding. If this one had a TBA, that would be like insane. It doesn't though. But it's those 6 guys. Who are you thinking for this one, Zach?
This one came down to 2 as well. For me.
This one, to me, this is just me personally, but I feel like that only half of the men in this match are legitimate contenders to get the briefcase, in my opinion.
Corbin, Nakamura, and Styles.
Absolutely not.
What?
No, Nakamura I don't think has a chance in Hades to win this match because Vince McMahon hates Shinsuke Nakamura.
I know he does.
And therefore he will not win this match because he's not Roman Reigns.
That's true.
Roman Reigns is going to come in and grab the belt. He's going to pull a James Ellsworth. That's his announcement for Raw.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think that there's any chance. I'm hoping I'm wrong when it comes to Shinsuke Nakamura because Shinsuke is honestly who I would prefer.
Right, that's what I meant. Like, I'd want him.
Like if I had to go with my top 3, like who I would love to see, then obviously Shinsuke would be number 1.
Yeah.
But when it comes to who I actually believe has the best chance to win with the when booking, I would say that Shinsuke Nakamura has no chance or very little chance. Not of his fault. It's just that Vince McMahon doesn't understand his popularity.
I know.
Kevin Owens, I don't think because he's the United States champion, and I don't think that they would go with the U.S. champion plus the Money in the Bank, Mr. Money in the Bank. I think that it would be brilliant if they did it. And honestly, would be one of my top people who I think should win for storyline purposes because I think it could work really, really well. But I don't think they'll do it because they'll want to have, hopefully, to the Lord, they'll have a separate storyline for the U.S. title.
What the heck?
Instead of, did you lose a ring?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
my ring dropped.
We'll
all right, you keep going. You keep going.
Professionalness at its finest, guys. You got it. Okay, cool. And of course, got my dog going.
Oh, crap. Nope.
Sit. He doesn't like to listen. Shh. Hush. This is a terrible video, guys. It's also a lot longer than I want it to be, but we had to add explaining for 5 minutes. And then, thirdly, I don't think that Dolph Ziggler has a chance.
No.
Because Dolph Ziggler's momentum's gone. I don't know how they messed that up because he had a lot of momentum coming out of his rivalry with The Miz last year, and it's gone now because they decided to turn him heel.
Yep.
And also, I've heard rumors about him maybe leaving the company because I think his contract's almost up. So I've heard that he might be wanting to leave because he's talked about how he's had problems with the company in the past. So I think that's a possibility as well. So to me, the 3 most likely are AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I got you.
But who are your 2 that you think are most likely?
I think the most likely are either Baron Corbin or AJ Styles. And I don't know, it's my problem with picking Baron Corbin is he was the one who was standing tall this past
no,
Tuesday.
Shinsuke Nakamura stood tall.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right.
Baron Corbin
because
stood tall
he almost
the week
did,
before.
right? Because actually, I was going to predict Baron Corbin, and then I saw him walking up the ladder. I was like, "Crap, this is gonna end with him on top and everything."
He was about to, and then Shinsuke actually ended on top, which is another reason why I think that Shinsuke is definitely not winning.
So I think it'll be Baron Corbin though. That's my prediction.
This is one moment where I cannot let the spirit of competition fuel my decision because I also have to go. I also have to go with Baron Corbin. I think he's the most likely. I think that it would benefit him the most.
Yeah.
I think it fits his character the most. The only way I could see Sami Zayn if he went with the good guy way of cashing in by announcing it ahead of time, which they could go with because they haven't done that in a very long time. But I don't really see it. And I just think that this, title of being Mr. or in this year's case, Miss Money in the Bank is really a heels title. With of course, a couple of exceptions to the rule, obviously, but for the most part, they tend to go for heels, which is why I think it fits Carmella and Baron Corbin's personalities best. And also, I think they'll take opportunity in the fact that they have two Money in the Bank winners for the first time, and I think there will be several SmackDowns where the main event will be the two Money in the Bank people team up against the two champions. I just think that's going to happen at least once.
I bet that might.
It probably will. Because, we got a holla holla tag team match. Got to do that every week. But, so we're both going Baron Corbin. I have to. I just think he's the most likely. They may swerve us. Kind of hope they do, honestly, in that case. But the last match we're going to talk about, which most of the time, I feel as though the World Championship match should always main event. Except for in the case of a pay-per-view like this.
A theme pay-per-view?
A theme pay-per-view where the theme doesn't have the title involved. Like right. You have like Elimination Chamber, which obviously the main event needs to be an Elimination Chamber match.
For the title.
But for the title. The same with Hell in a Cell. It needs to be a Hell in a Cell match for the title. But when it comes to Money in the Bank is what's important about this pay-per-view. So I feel like that one of the Money in the Bank matches should be the main event. Now, I don't know that they've ever done that with their pay-per-view.
I don't think so.
So they probably won't. It's probably going to be this match, but I'd like it to be one of the two Money in the Bank matches. But, that's just me. They don't. They haven't accepted my application. I kind of am thinking about applying. I don't even know how you apply to go to WWE.
I don't either.
Online, I guess. I just want to be interviewed by Vince McMahon and just ask him why he does what he does. Why Roman? But anyways, the final match on the card is the WWE Championship match between, never thought I'd say this, the champion, Jinder Mahal, versus Randy Orton. In Randy Orton's hometown. Let's keep that in mind when we think about this, because as we know, WWE most of the time, not always.
It's really only been this year that they haven't. They usually what you were about to say was going to be true. Like they usually favor the hometown.
No.
They do.
They always go against the hometown.
Not always.
Always. It
Not
seems
always.
like I can't remember other than WrestleMania in Orlando with Naomi. I cannot remember the last time.
Okay, well.
That they favored a hometown person.
Okay, it was
because
last year. But...
Bayley at her hometown lost.
And Charlotte
and Sasha.
I know, so I said that it's been this year that they just dumped the hometown heroes. But sometimes it happens.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. So it's possible. But what is your prediction in this match?
Well, with it being Randy Orton's hometown, and they are still trying to generate heat for Mahal, I think Mahal will walk out with the championship.
Honestly, I've been pleasantly surprised and mildly impressed by Jinder since he's become champion.
He has carried himself very well.
He's carried himself well.
Very well.
I feel like that they've done really well with keeping the heat. They've done really well. I love his entrance now with the Singh brothers coming out and announcing him, and he comes out and it's kind of black.
Yeah. But
then it becomes super colorful, and as he's walking a red carpet appears and this really cool symbol, and then it was really well done. I like it. I think on the only thing I don't like about Jinder as champion is I just don't feel like he's good enough in the ring.
Yeah. Is
really the only problem with it. If he was, really good in the ring, I would have no problem with him being, champion. I think,
Which
it works.
I do think, despite all the interferences, the last match between these two was pretty decent.
It was okay.
I mean,
other than the 5 minutes of him putting that one hold on him, where I was literally struggling to stay awake in that moment.
Yeah, we
like
were.
you guys will never see that. Probably, because
that
we
was
lost the
Backlash.
reaction. But I was literally at that the time where he's putting that hold on. I was literally fighting sleep because it had been a long day that day. But so you're going with Jinder Mahal as the winner of this match.
Yeah.
I really want to be ballsy enough to say that I believe Randy Orton is going to win this match by DQ.
Oh, kill me.
That's what I think. And I am fighting whether or not to make it my actual official prediction because I feel like I just don't know. I don't know because like the last match ended clean. Well, not clean, obviously, but like there was no DQ.
Right.
I feel like it would generate even more heel heat for him if his first title defense he DQs to keep the title.
Yeah, but then again, if the whole pay-per-view ends in a DQ, it's just ridiculous. But I mean, sometimes it does.
Sometimes it does. The only problem is the only things we disagree on are two matches.
The tag team championship match.
And
the women's Money in the Bank. Which is what happened at Backlash. We only disagreed on two.
Yeah, exactly, and it ended in a tie.
Yeah.
This time, I think that we should make sure to prevent ties. So, what I propose, possibly, is, and we actually didn't talk about this at all before. I kind of forgot to talk about it with him before we started. But the punishment, the last couple pay-per-views, we've been going with that the punishment would be a power bomb through the table. But we've tied the last two pay-per-views at both Backlash and Extreme Rules. But honestly, I feel like that's not exciting to have a tie and nothing happened. Like there's not been a punishment video since.
The thing about this as well, though, is that we also have the Money in the Bank matches. So like both of us could be wrong.
We could obviously both be wrong about the women's match. Well, we could obviously both be. It doesn't matter with the men's match.
Keep us a tie.
Because either way, we're both gonna win or we're both gonna lose when it comes to the men's match.
Right.
But with the women's match, we could both be wrong, and it could be Becky Lynch or Charlotte, and we could end up both being wrong, and that would be really. They would honestly only come down to the tag team match. By the end of this, I'm gonna put in my official prediction for the main event. I haven't done it yet because I'm still scared. So, I propose that we create. No. I feel like what we need to do is we need to make it where, like, if we tie, we, like, both have to take the punishment.
Okay.
Like,
I was thinking the same thing, but I was like, maybe there's another way of just preventing a tie, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if we could prevent a tie. And, like, it's possible, like, because of multi-man matches, it is always a possibility for ties, no matter how many disagreements we may have.
Right.
So, the only thing is, like, who goes first? Because, like, I don't know, if I go through a table, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. I'm not sure I'm going to be okay.
I could go through the table
I'm not sure I'm going to be okay. Like,
that's okay. I'll go through the table
first.
first.
Do you not know how devastatingly painful to go through a table?
Yeah, I actually do.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you can't move at all for years later. You're paralyzed for good. That's morbid.
You're paralyzed for good.
Either that, or I was thinking about we come up with like a secondary punishment for like, but I wouldn't know how we would like
too much.
Delegate who got what punishment. So I guess we'll go with that. If it's a tie, we will go with a double punishment. And with that, when it comes to the WWE Championship match, that Money in the Bank between the champion Jinder Mahal and versus Randy Orton, I predict that Randy Orton is going to win by disqualification. That's my official thing. That's my official prediction. and that may have screwed me, but it may have also saved my life.
We'll see.
In the same regard. Yeah. Though I could be completely screwed when it comes to just the tag match itself. Like, of course, I could end up losing the tag match, winning the women's match, but then winning the championship match.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But
this will be a good one.
It'll be hopefully good. I'm hoping. I'm more confident when it comes to the men's match. Not to be like sexist or something, but because it's not that. It's just when you look at the level. When you look at the level of talent when it comes to wrestling between the men's in this match and the women in the match.
Yeah.
You got Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Dolph's really good, and then Baron Corbin's there, but he's getting better. But then in the women, you got Charlotte, and you got Becky. That puts them up a little higher. But then Natalia's good too. She's just not necessarily entertaining, but she's a good wrestler.
She is very good.
But then you bring it down with Tamina and Carmella and James.
Which is sad because you freaking voted for Carmella.
I know, but I just feel like this is the kind of match where she would end up taking the advantage.
It could make sense.
Because this isn't necessarily a match of who's the best wrestler. It's who can take the opportunity the best, which I think that fits Carmella's character better. But anyways, with that, guys, this has been a much longer video than we had hoped it would be. But hopefully it was entertaining. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button for us. We'd really appreciate it. And comment down below your predictions for Money in the Bank 2017. And also hit the subscribe button for more content like this with our prediction videos, aftermath videos, and in the future, in a couple of months, we will have reaction videos back, and hopefully, definitely this time, we'll have a punishment video of hopefully only one person getting the punishment, it being Zach, that gets the punishment. But with that, guys, this has been our prediction video. We hope you did enjoy, like we said. But with that, we're going to get on out of here. But this has been Wawa Echo, and we'll see you soon. Peace.